Hey everyone, happy Monday. Thank you for joining me today. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the 2022 Paralegal Cruise. Over the last couple of days, I've been getting so many questions and also meeting a lot of people who, didn't even know that this annual Paralegal Cruise was a thing. So I wanted to take a little bit of time to answer some questions for you guys. First of all, I would like to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you to two of our key sponsors who are with us every single year, and I cannot recommend any higher. National Association of Professional Process Servers, NAPS. This is their website here. If you are ever looking for a process server anywhere in the entire United States and even in other parts of the world, they are an amazing resource. You can go right to their website and search by city, state, zip code, country, and so on to find someone exactly where you need them. And also Solomon's Search Group. Felice Solomon is an incredible recruiter. She is located here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She always has kind of the most amazing positions available and a really great quality assortment of positions. So if you are looking for employment anywhere in Florida, be sure to reach out to Felice and her company. And if they can't help you, they will definitely direct you to somebody that can. All right, so let's talk about a little bit about the annual Paralegal Cruise. So this is, like I said, an annual event. It's been going on now. 2022 will be the 8th year. We didn't have one this year because of COVID, and the 2020 cruise was converted to a virtual event also because of COVID. So we're looking really forward to kind of getting back into our routine, getting back out on the water, and seeing our Paralegal Cruise family again. I'm really excited. So the cruise for 2022 will be happening January 28th to February 2nd, 2022. The cruise departs out of Miami, Florida on the Norwegian Getaway, and in 2022 we will be going to Ocho Rio, Jamaica, and also Grand Cayman. So two really amazing destinations that we have not gone to on the Paralegal Cruise before. So I'm really, really excited about it. So I'm going to pull up the website just to kind of show you guys all the information and where you can find it. And then I'm going to go through kind of some of the information of the most frequently asked questions. So let's just pop up the website here so that we can take a look at it. So this is paralegalcruise.com. And if you go to the website, you're going to see all of the information here in front of you. And this website will answer the majority of the questions that you may have. So let me just show you some of the tabs where you can find some of the information that you might be looking for. So first of all, if you click on the destination tab, we're going to have some information for you here about the different ports that we're going to. So there's a description of the ports. We have some important information that you may need to know, such as the time zone, the currency, the best way to get around, and some fun facts and information about the destinations. We also have shopping maps for you, which you can see here, and we have links to shore excursions as well, so that you can kind of get an idea of the type of activities that you may be able to do in these ports. And as you can see, we have the same information for Jamaica. So all the information is here for you. Now, the 2022 cruise, like I said, is going to be taking place on the Norwegian Getaway. Fantastic ship. I've been on the Getaway several times. So if you come to the website and you click on the Explore the Ship tab, I have compiled all of the shortcuts for information that you need to learn all about the ship. So you can do a virtual tour, you can take a look at the staterooms, the deck plans, the dining options, the bars and lounges, entertainment and activities, and so much more. And I'll get back to dining in just a minute because that's one of the most common questions that people have if they have not cruised before. So you can find that information on the Explore the Ship tab. Now, if you are interested in what type of cabins are available, perhaps you haven't been on this particular ship before, or maybe you have not cruised before, if you click on the cabins tab, you can take a look at the different cabins that are available for you. Now, one of the fantastic things about this particular ship is they have what's called single studio cabins. And we also have another tab with more information, which I'll show you in just a minute, dealing with the single studio option specifically. So the single studio cabin is a really unique option because it's specifically designed for a solo traveler, meaning if you want to come on the cruise by yourself, you're not forced to have a roommate if you don't, want to bring one. So a lot of people like to come on the cruise by themselves. Maybe they just prefer to travel solo, or they don't have a coworker or a family member who wants to go with them, or they just want to do, a casual getaway, whatever the reason. We have these single studio cabins available for you. The huge benefit of this is in the past, you would have to get a regular cabin, and cruise cabins are based on double occupancy, which means you would have to pay for 2 people, even if you were only 1 person in the cabin. So with these single studio cabins, you no longer have to worry about that. The great thing is, if you don't have a roommate in mind, you don't have to worry about getting one. You can have your own private space. You have a great bedroom. You have, nice storage options, your own private bathroom. And one of the biggest benefits to booking these cabins is that you also have access to the private studio lounge, which is a private key card access lounge that's only available to people who are staying in the single studio cabins. The other nice thing is the single studio cabins are in their own section of the ship. So there's a key card entry to get into that section that's only for people who are staying in the single studio cabin. So you really have a nice private, quiet space kind of away from the hustle and the bustle of the main part of the ship. So that's really, really nice as well. So we have, I think, about 13 single studio cabins remaining on this entire ship. So if you are interested in booking a single studio cabin, you will want to book that as soon as possible. There are a very limited number of single studio cabins, and the bulk of them are already booked. We have single studio cabins almost every year, and they are the first cabins that sell out every single year. So we'll talk more about those in a second. But so let's say you're coming with someone else, or you just want a different type of cabin. You have lots of cabins to choose from. Inside, so you can see on this page some pictures and also some descriptions of the different cabins. Inside, ocean view, balcony is very, very popular because obviously you have a private balcony, and who wouldn't love to have a private balcony? You also have the spa cabins, and as you can see in this picture, this particular cabin has a hot tub overlooking the balcony, and it's gorgeous. Club balcony suites, and also the Haven. So the Haven is really, truly kind of a VIP, very, very exclusive experience, but obviously if you want to do that, you have to pay for that, and it is a little bit pricey, but it's definitely worth it. So one of the great things about this ship is there's every kind of type of cabin available. The prices really vary depending on what you're looking for. If you are 1 person, I would definitely recommend the single studio cabins. If you are 2 people or more and you're looking for kind of the most inexpensive option, you generally are going to be looking at the inside cabins. All of the cabins are fantastic. Inside cabins are great. Ocean view and balcony cabins, of course, are fantastic. It just depends on how much you want to spend. So there is really a wide variety of cabins that are available to you depending on where your, budget is. So that's fine. We can work with every budget. One of the great things about the cruises too, for those of you who have not cruised before, is that you are going to pay your event registration fee and your cruise deposit when you book, but you have an extended period of time to pay the rest. So you don't have to pay the entire amount at the time that you book unless you're booking very, very last minute. So generally the final deadline to make your payment in full for this cruise, it's going to vary a little bit depending on when you book, but it's generally going to be towards the end of October or early November. You'll want to confirm that when you book, and also it's going to be included on your booking confirmation. So you can pay however you want. If you want to pay $10 a week, $100 a week, $100 a month, whatever you want to do, or you can wait and pay it all at the end. You can totally do that. The other great thing is that Norwegian offers financing that will be available to most people. There are some limitations, of course, on the financing. So if you are interested in financing, make sure to check on that, a little bit before the deadline. Don't wait until the very last day. just in case, but 12-month financing is also available. So if you were to book today, you would just have to pay the deposit and the event registration fee, and then you have until the final deadline to make the final payment. And then at that time to make the final payment, you can do the 12-month financing to buy yourself an extra 12 months if you need to. I do recommend making payments as you go, just so you don't have a big lump sum due when the final payment is due. It'll make things a lot easier for you. Okay, so now let me show you the single studio package. For those of you who are interested in doing the single studios, you can come to the website and look at all this information. So I'm not going to go through all of it, but I just wanted to point it out to make sure that you see it. So the single studio package, if you want to book a single studio package, you will just come here to the website, click on single studio package, and then you'll be able to purchase that package right here on the website. You don't need to contact Norwegian. You don't need to contact me. You can just purchase your registration fee right here on the website, and then we will set the cabin up for you and get everything ready to go. So the single studio package, just again to confirm, is only for one person. You cannot come back later and add an extra person to a single studio cabin. It would only be for one person. You could upgrade later if you needed to. So this is kind of an overview of the single studio cabin. And this is one of the pictures of the single studio lounge that I mentioned. Again, this is a private lounge that's only for the occupants of the single studio cabins. And I think on this ship, there's about, I want to say maybe 70 cabins. I'm not 100% sure, but so you're talking about like 70 or 80 cabins total. So 70 or 80 people total to share this private space. And then if we scroll down, it continues to give you some of the benefits of the single studio cabins and then goes into the specific package. So the single studio cabin package at this time, you'll have all the pricing here. The price for the cabin plus everything that's included is $1,114.35. So basically the way it works is you will pay a deposit of $175 to secure your cabin. This is a non-refundable deposit that includes your event registration fee and some other fees. And then your additional balance of $939.35 would be due by your final payment deadline, which will again be in late October or early November. So you'll have plenty of time to make that payment. And then at that time, if you need to, you can finance it for the additional 12 months. So the great thing about this package is everything that includes. So the $1,114 includes your cabin, your taxes, and your port fees. It includes your unlimited liquor package, your gratuities for your liquor package, your event registration. You also get a $100 onboard credit, and you also get one night of specialty dining for free, and the gratuities are included as well. So now if you did want to swap out that one night of specialty dining, you can switch it out for 100 minutes of Wi-Fi or $50 per port shore excursion credit. And all that information is right here on the website for you. So all you'll do is go to paralegalcruise.com and click on single studio package to get all that information. Now, for those of you who are looking for a package for 2 or more people or a cabin for 2 or more people, you're going to want to come to the website and click on the tab that says Cabin Cost and Perks. So one of the most common questions that people ask me is how much their cruise is going to cost. If you have cruised before, you know that there's about a dozen different cabin types, right? I showed you guys some of the cabins, but even if you're comparing, an inside cabin to an inside cabin, you can have different floors or different locations of the ship, which may cost more or less. So I cannot tell you exactly how much your cabin is going to cost because I want you to get the absolute best price that is available to you at the time that you're ready to book. So what you're going to do is you're going to come to this page that says Cabin Costs and Perks, and you're going to see the information here for Emily Bell. It's going to have her email address and her phone number, and it's going to have in blue all the information that you need to provide to Emily in order to get the price for your cabin. So again, because there are so many different cabin types available, and because we want you to get the very lowest price that's available to you, we're going to need you to ask Emily to give you a quote. If I were to try to make a list of all of the possible prices and all of the possible scenarios, I would literally be updating, probably 100 different prices every single day. And it's just not practical. And it's not the best way to give you guys that information. So all you need to do to get your price for the cabin, if you don't want a single studio cabin, but you want a double occupancy cabin, is to reach out to Emily so that she can give you the price. Now, once you have booked your cabin, you need to register for the event. If you are doing a single studio cabin, your registration fee is included in the package fee, so you do not need to register. However, if you are booking a different type of cabin through Emily because you have multiple people coming or just because you prefer to get a different type of cabin, your registration fee is not included and you do need to come back here to register. Now, the registration fee is extremely affordable, especially when you consider what you might pay to attend other paralegal conferences. Right now, the full access registration fee is only $100. That includes the entire event, all of your CLE credits and everything. And then for your friends and family, it's $50 per person for adults, and children under 18 at the time of the cruise are free. So we still ask you to register them, but there's not going to be a cost. Now, there is a small cost involved to bring your friends and family, but like I said, it's only $50 per person. This does not even cover the cost to us to have your friends and family joining us, but that's fine. So we're just charging a very minimal fee in order for them to join. And they will be able to attend all of the social events, the dinners, the cocktail parties, everything else with you. Now, I will say that a lot of friends and family will upgrade to the full access pass, and here's why. If you've ever been on one of the cruises before, or if you've ever gotten one of our cruise goodie boxes, you know that these boxes are second to none. There's usually about 50 items in them, and they usually weigh about 5.5 pounds. So anyone who has a full access pass is going to receive that box of amazing goodies. And every year we have friends and family who are kind of jealous that they didn't receive the box. So if they want the giant box of goodies that we will be providing at the event, they do need to register for full access. The other thing is sometimes friends and family do like to attend some of the classes. We've had classes in the past about estate planning, real estate, career information, and so on. And those classes really can apply to some of your friends and family as well. And we always have people who want to attend the classes. So either way, just make sure that you come back to this page and you register everyone in your party. That's very important. The cruise line considers everyone in the group to be a part of the event, even if they're not attending the CLE. So we want to make sure to get everyone registered. Okay, so I also want to say hi to Chris Wilson, who's here, and thank you, Cynthia. My hat is obviously my cruising hat for the event. So now let me just touch on a couple of other questions that people had sent in. And the first question, we kind of talked about this already, is whether or not friends and family are able to come on the cruise. Absolutely. So it really is 100% up to you. We have a big variety of people who come on the cruise. Some people come by themselves and make it just, an easy casual trip where they can just get away and kind of do whatever they want. Some people come with friends and family or extended family. You can bring your kids. They're very welcome. And some people will come with coworkers or, people that they work with or fellow classmates or something like that. So it's entirely up to you. Your friends, your family, your coworkers, your classmates, your third cousins, everyone is welcome. They just have to book through the group and they have to register, which we just talked about, the registration fees. Other than that, they are completely welcome and encouraged to join us. The more, the merrier. So they will be included in all of the social events, not to worry. Now, this is a full paralegal conference, okay? So we have classes, we have educational events, we have enrichment activities, we have cocktail parties, of course, we have dinners, and all kinds of, tropical vacation events. So every year is a little bit different, and it just really depends on what type of event you want to participate in, okay? Everything is completely optional. You can come to all the classes, or you don't have to come to any classes. You can come to the cocktail parties, or you don't have to. You can do shore excursions as part of the groups, or you can just go off with your own group or by yourself and enjoy and do whatever you want. That's completely fine. One of the amazing things about this event is you can really, really customize it to be, whatever you want to. Okay, hi, Jackie. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you about my hat, and hopefully we want to see you on the cruise, and hopefully Jackie is going to be one of our amazing speakers. Jackie is really incredible writer, and she's my go-to anytime I have questions relating to grammar or writing in general. Jackie is definitely the person that I go to. She also has some amazing writing classes. So drop a comment if you want a link to learn more about Jackie, and we can get you that link right away. She's amazing. So hopefully Jackie's going to join us on the cruise, and we'll be teaching a class for us too. That would be great. All right, so let's see what other questions we have. Can I use a travel agent? No. So you must book through our group, and you must book through our authorized representative, who is Emily Bell. Or if Emily Bell has you work with someone else, that's fine too. But you cannot book directly through a travel agent. You have to book directly through our representative, Emily Bell. Do I need to register for the cruise even if I'm not going to the CLE? Yes. So we just covered that. The CLE is one part of this event, but the event is so much more than that. And so everyone who is attending does need to register, even if you're not coming to the CLE. Where does the cruise depart from? So the cruise is departing from Miami, Florida. And again, we're going to Ocho Rio and also Grand Cayman. So it's really going to be amazing. Let's see, what other questions do we have that we have not answered? How can I make additional payments on my balance? So once you're registered and signed up, you can make additional payments anytime in your account at ncl.com. So if you want to pay $5 a week, $10 a week, $100 a week, or, if you want to go in once a month and pay $100, whatever you want to do, you can do that. Also, if you have friends or family who might, maybe for your birthday or something like that, you can also get gift certificates from Norwegian, and you can use those to pay as well. Do I need to live in Florida to go on this cruise? No. So you're welcome to come from anywhere. Obviously, if you don't live in the area, you will have to fly here to get here for the ship. But other than that, people from every single state are welcome. We've even had people from Canada come on the cruise. So everybody is welcome, no matter where you're coming from. And I think on the last cruise, I think we had about 15 different states that were represented. So everybody is welcome. Okay, so here's a good one. I love this question. What if I need a roommate? So we do not pair you up with roommates. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so excited that the single studio cabins are available. Please, please, if you take nothing else away from this, take this away. Don't try to, connect with like a stranger or someone maybe that you're not sure if they're 100% reliable in order to go with you on the cruise. This is why you have the single studio cabins available to you. By booking a single studio cabin, you only have to worry about your own payment. You don't have to worry about someone else making payment for their cabin or for following up with like paying on their booking. Of course, we hate to see this happen, but if somebody books at the last minute, if you're sharing a cabin with them and they book at the last minute, that is going to directly impact your booking in a bad way, okay? You're going to have to find someone else to go with you at the last minute, or you're going to have to pay for that double occupancy cabin, okay? So we never want to see that happen. We always want you to just book a single studio cabin. Now, if you're coming with a friend, that's fine. Book 2 single studio cabins. You can book connecting cabins. I think we still have some connecting cabins available, or you can book 2 side-by-side single studio cabins. And then the great thing about that is you can still come with your friend. You can be next door to each other. But if one of you decides not to go at the last minute, or or you know, have issues paying for it or whatever, I mean, life happens, then it's not going to impact you and you still have your single studio cabin. The other thing to consider is, you know, cruise cabins are small, and unlike hotels, if you are in the middle of the cruise and you are no longer, you know, super happy with your roommate, you can't just switch cabins and you can't just go home early. Okay, those are not options. So I encourage you to, if you're just coming with someone that you have not traveled with before, please take advantage of the fact that the single studio cabins are available to you. That's one of the reasons that we make them available, is so that you don't have to worry about those issues. Now, obviously, if you're coming with a family member or a spouse or a best friend or something like that, it's probably not going to be a concern. But if you're trying to kind of figure out who could be your roommate, don't even worry about it. Do yourself a favor and get the single studio cabin, and then you're not going to have any concerns in that area at all. Okay. What if I have special dietary needs? That's completely fine. The cruise line can accommodate pretty much every dietary need that you can imagine. They do ask you to notify them ahead of time if you have special, like some kind of special requirements, to make sure that's taken care of. If you go onto paralegalcruise.com under FAQs, I have the link for that. And I also have the link for accessibility assistance. If you need to bring a service dog, if you're in a wheelchair, or if you have other special needs that you want to make sure that they're taken care of ahead of time, there is a department at Norwegian specifically that will get that taken care of for you. And I have the link under FAQs. Okay, another great question that gets asked a lot: do I need a passport? So technically, no, you do not need a passport. For round trip sailings that go out of Florida, so it's a closed loop sailing, which means the ship goes out of one port and comes back to the same port, right? So it makes a circle. You do not have to have a passport. Sometimes it can be easier to travel with a passport, but you are not required by law to have a passport. They will ask you or recommend that you get a passport, because if something happens and you were to miss the ship, getting home with a passport would be much easier than getting home without a passport. But nobody from our group is going to miss the ship, okay? Do not do that. So you can sail either with a valid passport or with a proof of citizenship and a valid government issued ID, meaning a driver's license with photo, or any other compliant document. So basically, this means that no, for this cruise, you do not need to have a passport, but it is your responsibility to make sure you do have the documentation that is required. And if you look on the website under frequently asked questions, I will have a link to all of that information about the documentation for you. Another common question is meals. How do meals work on the cruise, and how much are they going to cost? So let me show you guys under the Explore the Ship section. I have two links here for you: dining and specialty dining. So if you click on dining, you're going to see all of the complimentary dining options. So you have 3 beautiful sit-down dining restaurants. You have an amazing buffet, and then a wide variety of other kind of casual dining options. So you can look at them here. All of these are completely free. You don't have to pay gratuity, and you don't have to pay anything for your meal. Okay, so it's entirely possible to come on the cruise and not spend a single penny on meals, because you have all of these amazing options available to you. Okay, so there's lots to choose from, no matter what type of meals you want to have. Now, there are something called specialty dining restaurants on the ship. So you can click on specialty dining. I also have a tab there on the main page for specialty dining. So specialty dining, there is a fee if you choose to dine at one of these restaurants. Now, these restaurants are basically kind of fine dining, right? So it would be the difference between going to like Outback or going to Ruth Chris, okay? So Outback might be included. Ruth Chris, you may have to pay an up fee, but I will tell you it will be nothing compared to what you would pay like for that type of restaurant if you were to go at home. Okay, so it's still an amazing deal. So you can kind of look here and see Ocean Blue is an amazing seafood restaurant, like very upscale, like very refined and elegant and gorgeous. They have a churrascaria, which is like Texas de Brazil, if you've ever been there. And just to give you an example, so that is $40 per person if you wanted to go there. Some of the restaurants have flat fee charge, and then you get your whole like appetizer, main course, dessert, and everything is included. So Ocean Blue is a la carte, so it works just like a regular restaurant. You just look at the menu, order what you want, and pay whatever it says on the menu. The Churrascaria has a flat fee. Cagney's Steakhouse, it says a la carte. And also it looks like they're changing a lot of them here to a la carte. But what you can do is, if you are interested in going to the specialty dining, you are going to get one specialty dining included in your event registration fee. Okay, so that's the perk of our package. It's one of the perks, is that you get one night for free. So generally, even though it says a la carte under price per person, if you have the dining package, that just includes your meal at that restaurant. So for example, in Le Bistro, which is the French restaurant, if you wanted to use the dining package there, it would be like a appetizer, a main course, and a dessert, all included for the cost of the dining package. So you do get one night dining package included in our group package. And then if you wanted to get additional nights, they do have packages that you can purchase. I will say that the specialty dining restaurants are really great. I enjoy them. I think they're really nice. And I do usually get the package so that we can eat in the specialty dining restaurants. But the other restaurants are completely amazing, and you do not have to spend a penny on dining. So you will have dining options basically 24 hours a day that are completely complimentary. And then these additional charge dining options are just completely optional. So that's completely up to you. The other question that we had was dealing with drinks, like how much do drinks cost? So we do give you the unlimited beverage package as part of our event. So that is normally, I believe, $100 a day plus the gratuities. You are getting it included. You're just paying the gratuities, which I think is $100 for the entire cruise. So that includes your drinks up to a set amount. And off the top of my head, I think that set amount is $12.50. So $12.50 per drink. And then you would just pay the difference if you ordered something that was, unusually expensive. But generally $12.50 per cocktail is going to get you like the bulk of the cocktails, plus soda and things like that. So that will be included as well. So let me see if we have any other questions. Oh, dress code. So we don't have a dress code, okay? One of the great things about the Paralegal Cruise is we want you to relax and unwind and be stress-free, okay? So this is a casual event. We invite our speakers not to wear suits. We do have some speakers who are set in their ways and just feel more comfortable wearing suits, but you're just as likely to see one of our speakers wearing, board shorts and a Bermuda shirt because we're on vacation. Okay, so this is a fun, casual, welcoming event. Are you going to get amazing education in terms of your continuing legal education? Yes, absolutely. I take it very personally. I choose all of the speakers myself, and it's very, very important to me that you're going to learn something that you're going to take away. Okay. No fluff, no fillers. That's kind of my motto. I really want you to come on the cruise and unwind and de-stress, learn something. Absolutely, definitely learn something. That's very important to me, but I want you to come as you are, okay? You don't need to bring a suit. You don't need to get dressed up like you're going to work. You can come to the CLE in shorts and sandals. You can throw a wrap over your bathing suit if you want to. It's completely fine. Now, I will tell you that there is a kind of a dress code on the ship. Okay, Norwegian, it's kind of a come as you are. So let me see what it says on the dress code. So Norwegian says when it comes to what you wear, you can go resort casual or get decked out and look your best. It's your call. I do like to get a little bit dressed up for dinner, but it's not like cruises in the past where you had to bring like a gown to go to dinner, but you can if you want to. That's the great thing. So for women, for the restaurants, it includes summer and casual dresses, skirts, regular or capri pants, shorts, jeans, tops, khakis, and then for men, khakis, jeans, shorts, and casual shirts. Swimwear is acceptable at the buffet and the outdoor restaurant, but a shirt or cover-up and footwear is required for inside, like in the buffet. Now, the only thing to keep in mind is that there are 2 restaurants that don't allow shorts in the evening. So for men. So for men, you're going to want to wear a pair of pants. It can be jeans, just can't be shorts, and it can't be tank tops at some of the restaurants for dinner time. But for men, it could be slacks or jeans with like a polo shirt or something like that. And then in the more casual restaurants, it could be shorts and not a tank top, but like something with sleeves. And then for our event, like I said, there's no dress code. Okay. We want you to be casual. We want you to relax and have a good time so you can come as you are. So if there's a CLE at 1 o'clock and you're in the pool at 12 o'clock, just finish up in the pool, dry yourself off, throw on a cover up and come to the CLE and everything will be completely fine. So we want you to be relaxed and casual. Okay. That's one of the big benefits of coming on the Paralegal Cruise is we are going to focus on helping you de-stress and unwind from just being a paralegal sometimes can be so stressful. And we don't want you to carry that over into the event. So don't worry about a dress code. Just come as you are and everything will work out fine. All right, so I think that's all of the questions that I got. Let me look at my list here and see. I don't think I have to cover anything else. So for those of you who have been listening to me for 35 minutes, I really, really appreciate it. I did not intend to be going on for this long, but I'm very excited about it. For those of you who cannot join us in 2022, this is an annual event, like I said. So you can go on the website. If you go to frequently asked questions, there's a button to subscribe, and just make sure that you subscribe so that when the information for 2023 is available, I'll get that information out to you so that you can kind of get first dibs. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to listen to me share with you about the Paralegal Cruise. I really appreciate it. If you have any more questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments and I will track them down, or you can email me at lmc@perfectlyparalegal.com. You can send me a private message on Facebook or LinkedIn. However you want to get in touch with me, that's completely fine. I will answer all your questions. If you have never cruised before, I know it can be a little intimidating to try to figure out, what's included, what's not included, what all the different, things are that's involved. So I can help you with that. Okay. I love to cruise. I've been cruising for years and years. That's why I started doing this event. So I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you might have about cabin types or what's included, or just anything about cruising in general. I am here to answer those questions. So thank you so much, everyone. I really kind of appreciated the opportunity to share this information with you all. And I look forward to seeing you all on the cruise and talking to you soon to answer any additional questions that you might have. Thanks so much, everyone, and have a fantastic rest of your day.